to the SKW Stadium in Windhoek City. No mistakes can be accounted for from any of the top five teams of the Premiership. Just as a reminder, before we start this stream and the game as a whole, African Stars are at the top of the table with Komas Nampo in second. And of course, you know why you are tuning in today because it is a battle between the first and the second team. Young African are in third, only still two defeats for them. One, Mighty Gunners, who are also sharing only two defeats, are in fourth. So those are two still teams to watch out for in third and fourth. And then, of course, Bongos FC are in fifth. In sixth, they have 34 points. Chula Chula, as a man that has watched football for many years, 9 points is not a far away number for a team to gain ground on the top of the table. That's only 3 wins. If the top three teams suffer defeats consecutively, it can really change the fabric of the league table. But for today, it is Komas Nampol, the home team, taking on African Stars here at the SKW Stadium. Kickoff will be at 3 p.m. The teams have warmed up and they will be walking out shortly. Haven't commentated here in a while at the SKW Stadium. It's a pitch that has had a lot of maintenance throughout the holiday season and from January until now. In truth, I guess there still needs to be in truth, it's still a stadium that could desire some work, but the ball will perhaps roll somewhat straight. Uh, it won't, we won't say it's a rugby pitch. It's still a football pitch. And for the stream, for those of you who are joining us on you on YouTube, uh, just apologies for the poll. We are at the stadium end of the grounds, and as you can see in your picture, there is a pole just in front of us. It's unavoidable, um, but you can close your eyes and listen to the commentary and imagine the goals going into the middle of the pitch. But the pole is in the middle of the pitch where the midfielders will lock horns, but the two important sides, the two goalposts, are where we will focus on to get a result. Of course, um, we had a few changes with the technical abilities, but we're back on YouTube. So tell your football friends and family that we are live. Every game, even tomorrow's game in Keetmanshoop, will be streamed live. You need to watch how the Red Army defend their title. It is the business end of the season, and it's getting hot. It's not like other leagues in Europe that are already done and dusted. This is going to the wire in Namibia. And as I said, the top five teams have one finger on the title. Anything can happen, and it starts today as African Stars take on Komas Nampo for battle at the top of the table. And the most important thing here is not really the points tally, it's the goal difference. African Stars are sitting with 14 plus, and Komas Nampo are sitting with 13 plus. So it's just one goal between the two teams. Obviously, 3 points. African Stars have 40 points, and Komas Nampo have 37. But if Komas Nampo can get all 3 points today and have a high scoring tally, they will go top. So that is how juicy of a course, African Stars had a little bit of a tough fixture in the coast against Blue Boys. And Blue Boys they defeated easy 2-1. Makonja and Ambira scoring the two goals there. Charles Ambira scoring a winner as the game was at 1-1. And then Blue Waters was a very tough outing in Walvis Bay as the Blue Waters supporters really came in their numbers to support their team, and a very physical team they are, Blue Waters. African Stars scored first with Makonja, and in the final 5 minutes of the game, Makonja, and in the final 5 minutes of the game, they equalized. So lost 2 points there for the Red Army. But today there should be no exceptions, especially against a team that is right under you in second. Tomorrow's game is of course against Young Brazilians. And Brazilians are currently 15th, so second bottom with 15 points. The team above them, Blue Boys, have 15 as well, but the team in 13th, who are slightly safe from the relegation zone, are Jalinho Athletic with 21 points. So between 15 and 21, that is a 6 point difference. So Young Brazilians and Blue Boys would have to get at least 6 points against Jalinho Athletics fixtures and results for them to save themselves. Um, but the Red Army, the champions, will be visiting Kitmanswip tomorrow against Young Brazilians. So just awaiting the two teams to get onto the pitch. And just remember to tell your football friends and family that we are live on YouTube. And it is Komas Nampo versus African Stars. Definitely the most important fixture of this afternoon. Jalinho Athletic versus Bucks Buccaneers in the Rundu starts, who had started at 2 p.m. Chula Chula versus Okanja United also started at 2 p.m. in Oshakati. Mongos FC are in the coast against Blue Boys at 4 p.m. along with Tigers versus Blue Waters at 4 p.m. Young Brazilians are taking on Young African in Keetmanshoop at 4 p.m. as well. Kuka Tops versus Unam FC, 4 in the Rundu, and KK Palace versus Mao in Oshakati. So at around 6 p.m. today, we'll see how the log table has changed because all the fixtures would have been completed around 6 p.m., 6:30, 7 p.m. So going into tomorrow's fixtures, let us see who get a good result today. Komas Nampo would want to still capitalize, and if Young African do what they have to do against Young Brazilians today, Komas Nampo, they all have 37 points. Obviously, Komas Nampo have the superior goal difference, but if Komas Nampo lose today, Young Brazilians flips. So let us know on YouTube in the comment section who you think will be on the score sheet today. Let us know what you believe the final result will be. It's an important result, so I would expect all the supporters to know that 3 points is a must, but it's a tough game against the home team, Komas Nampo. It is 3 p.m., so it's 1 minute to 3, so we are waiting for the teams to still come out. kickoff is scheduled to be at 3. Perhaps somebody is still looking for one of their socks. So the top goal scorers of this season, of course, the Tigers star is at the top of the Golden Boot chart. Makonja Taikika is in double digits. He has 10 goals, 6 assists, and as the two teams come out, we can go through the starting lineup for the two teams, starting with Komas Nampo, the home Chipuka, and then we have number 3 Apollo Hangero, number 8 David Hango, number 10 Absbodi Kamchacha, number 4 Jackson Kengi, number 7 the captain Eugenius Indimo, number 5 Alphonse is the number 11 Janchis Fris. Okay. For African Stars, starting was Hambira with Vitapin Garuka and a returning Edmund Kambanda at left back, along with Rika Mjua and Godwin Isep. Then the top 3 is the pairing of Willie Stefanis and Bakonda Chahikika. And apologies, Gianluca is also in the lineup. So I believe Malane will be slotting into midfield, perhaps on the right wing with Bakonja on the left, with Willie Stefanis being the top man on front. So a few changes to coach Paul Bob Mafoso. The supporters are here, the Red Army is here. As Nampo supporters are also here to see how this fixture will go ahead. It's a very dangerous fixture for both teams, it must be said. This is a result that will be edgy. This is a game that will be edgy. And of course, we must understand that Daniel Salazar, who has 9 goals this season, would still want to get revenge. Of course, Komas Nampo and African Stars played in game week 9. A 0-0 draw between the two teams, so no trigger was pulled between either team. Score sheet in today's game. Supporters just sending their wishes to the Red Army. Stalile is the chant. Great conditions for a football game. The wind is just a little bit of a draft, but nothing too strong to change the flight of a ball. Komas Nampo having their war cry and getting to their positions. So perhaps kickoff will be at 3:05. Tell your football friends and family that we are live and we are ready to get 3 points at the top of the table. Let's see how it goes. Jackson Kayeke already having some defensive duties. Stiga Andrika going back to Ngaruka. And in fact, it is Charles Ambida that is at left. No, it is a back five that African Stars will be playing, unless Tabang Malane is further right and Chaluka is that right back. Here is Stiga now. Godwin Isaac to the right back, Chaluka. So in fact, yes, the top three men will be Bakoja sitting top with Willie Stefanis at left wing and Tabang Malane at right wing. Garuka breaks the Banda to find his partner Willie Stefanis, who turns from him, just losing it out there. Here is Angero to his goalkeeper, Kaza Chipuka. Oh, that's an awkward clearance there from Kaza. He did not want that to happen again. And it's a little bit of a mess there for Kumas Nampo for Fries. And a good turn from Salazar on Kambanda. He might lose it out, but he keeps it in. Here's Fries. Puts the ball into the box. There's no one there. Body was the only closest man to that ball, but Stars can build now. And Stika loses that in the midfield. You don't really see that often. Salazar losing the ball himself now to Bakoja. Here's Malane. Stars can start again. Garuka, of course, is still an orchestrator from centre back. He wants to see how the pitch is moving. Rika turns and finds Kambanda. Kambanda is returning from what you can only call a red card and a injury. He has now committed a very sharp stamp of a foul on the player. We'll have to try to confirm who the player is, but from my angle, that was a nasty one. And Edmund Kambanda is lucky to not end up in the referee's book with that, because it looked a little bit naughty. And the medical staff for Kumas Nampo just assessing their player. Coach Ball Mafoso taking a little bit of a walk, just assessing how the players are positioning themselves for this free kick. It is, in fact, Van Jackson Ayengi, who is just receiving some deep heat and some necessary spray. And there, the referee just having words with Kambanda to say, cut it out. It's probably his last chance before he receives a yellow card. But Chanchis Fries will take the free kick. There's an open area to Casetura's left hand. And Daniel Salazar and Kamchacha are the two players at the near post. It is slightly to the near post. And Bira brings it out. Godwin Isaac now can run. Good ball retention from him. Stefanis can only just hit it on. Bowling. Kaza, the goalkeeper, needs to clear it properly now. He does find Kamchacha now. A little bit of a bad pass from him, but two African Stars players caught in two minds. And Rika comes with a shot. Good attempt. He needed to take that on as he found some space. Here's Jackson now. Kengi. Fries. Ukeri. And Alphonse. Here now is Hango. Couldn't find Salazar, and the interception is won by, the clearance is done by Ngaruka. Rika brings it now back to Stefanos. Stefanos tried to check. Here now is Salazar. And of course, the African Stars players know him very well, including the supporters. It would be a very Cinderella story if he is able to have a winning motion in this game, Daniel Salazar. Okeri just wins the ball off there from Godwin Isep. Alphonse. Here now is Boli. Chacha, good pass. Boli just going back to his goalkeeper. Kerry just pressured there from Godwin Isep. And it's a similar makeup for the positions for Thomas Nampo, a 4-3-3 with a sitting defensive midfielder. Rika now goes to Tabang Malan. Stiga changes play, finding Awilo. He's up against Jackson Kengi. Tries to go infield, but it's caught out. Kerry back Boli. That's a tall header there from Charles Ambira. It's a good one. Malane. Just a few 1-2s between both players. Malane couldn't find that. There's Kamchacha now in Bodi. He will now change play, finding Fries. Charles Ambira, right place at the right time. Back to just help his left back out. Down the line for Bakonja, he can stretch his legs now. He's up against Stars can start again. The only pass will maybe be it's in the box for Awilo. It's headed out from Angero. Taking a little bit. Queen Isaac was at the back post. Malani will bring it back in. Stefanos will collect it at the back post. What can he do? He will put it back in. It's headed out from Ukeri, and Salazar wins that battle against Gianluca. Stars win the throw-in. Coach Gareth just having some words with his players, asking for more as Stars are looking for a clear attempt on goal. A cross from Gianluca was short. Fries now gets that ball from Jackson. Here is now Janchis Fries against Charles Ambira. He cuts him in half a little bit, and that is a direct handball. And yes, indeed, it is a penalty. There's nothing you could do about that. It's unfortunate. Janchis Fries just did the right thing as a winger, tried to put it in the box. And we cannot argue about that one. It's really unfortunate for the returning Edmund Kabanda. Of course, Angelo Katua received the red card in his game, in the game against Blue Boys. So he will miss 2 fixtures. And the penalty will be taken from the former African Stars player, Daniel Salazar. It is the 10th minute of the game. Salazar to take it, to score the first goal between these two teams. The first fixture ended 0-0. Can Salazar be the first name on the score sheet between the top team and the second team in the Debmarine Premiership? He's up against Marvin Kasetura. The referee just making sure all of the players are on the line. Will be Salazar. Slotted it. Comfortable. That is 1-0 to Thomas Nampo, with Salazar absolutely milking the celebration. Yep. This is what champions are made of here. They've done it before, coming back from behind. Does make it a little bit awkward. But that is why they are the Debmarine champions. Let us see how they can do. Equalize. Kamanda now. Chipping it down the line for Bakonja, and that's a foul. Just clipping the back of Apollo Angero. That's just the lifeline that Coach Ihab wanted in the beginning of the game. Just make African Stars think about something else. Now they have to come back from behind. It's a good position to be in as the coach of Thomas Nampo. Bori tried to control it. Manlane is able to find Gianluca. Here's Kasetura now. Looking for options. Angero tried to shift it to the right wing, trying to find Fries once more. Kambanda now cuts it out. Does not want that ball to bounce at least once, because Fries does have a touch on him. Salazar with a little bit of a touch back to Jackson. Okeri. Good footwork from him. Alphonse. Good ball down the line, trying to find the left back, Boli. He will keep it in. He puts it in first time. Fries is there. It's a headed out. Okori will take a shot with his left foot, his natural left foot. It's still in the fray with Fries. It's chipped to Salazar. Cleared partially. And an attempt off target earns a round of applause from the dugout of Thomas Nampo. African Stars only having one attempt on goal. That attempt from Rika Munjua, which was way out. Gianluca down the line for Malane. Go to Naisep. The creative play of, that's a beautiful turn from Bakonja to find Malane once more. Perhaps he should have maybe gone more to the byline. He had space to continue his run, Malane. Wanted to cut back into the fray. Stars still have the ball though. Godwood.
Gianluca. Perhaps he will put it into the box. No, he will find Malane. Malane is up against the captain, and that earns a free kick for Kumas Nampo. And Nampol are in form. They have not lost in 4 games. 2 draws are their last 2 games. And then before that, 2 wins. So they haven't lost in 4 fixtures. African Stars have not lost in 6 games. Their last defeat was against Unam FC, 2-0. That ball might bounce favorably for Salazar, but Charles Abira wants nothing to do with that. You can just hear Coach Gareth talking to Chances Fries, the right winger, the number 11, wanting him to get involved. Perhaps he will be the key at that right wing position up against Kambanda. Looks like a very sharp, direct player, Chances Fries. Long header there from Gianluca, still with Hango. The bounce must be favorable, and it is. But down the line for Stefanis. Did what he could, still wins the throw in. Koja puts it down. 3 stars players working together. Rika, Kambanda, Stefanis. Throw in. Stefanis, a little bit of a chip there into space for Godwin, but sent it back. Did well. Here's Godwin now. Will he go to the byline? He will. Or he will try to cut back in. He has a little bit of a turn, but loses it again to a throw in. Dimo clears. Karuka obliges. That ball might not go out for a goal kick. That is Jackson finding Salazar. No foul. And just apologies for the language here. We are in the thick of the supporters here at the SKW Stadium. Tell your football friends and family that it is Komas Nampol 1, African Stars no. A 10th minute penalty scored by Daniel Salazar, getting 10 goals this season. Salazar. Konja Chaikika is the other player that has 10 goals. Stiga almost trapped that ball. Kamchacha was swarmed by Gianluca, and Stiga now keeping it out to Malane down the line. Malane will probably have to go to the byline and look for a cross. I can just see from where I'm positioning that the grass is really heavy that side. So his studs might be getting trapped in the grass over there. It's a good flowing game. Hardly any free kicks or fouls. No corners yet for both teams. No offsides either. Malane. The cross will come in now. And Kaza Chipuka will catch with ease. Salazar with that little header. Almost finding Fries, but Charles Ambida once again, right place at the right time. That will be offside against Bakonja, earning the first offside call. clearance there. Fries. A little bit of a chip to Salazar. It's offside. The referee just telling the player to just go back a little bit. There's a thumbs up from Fries as definitely the right side of the game for Thomas Nampol is the side that they would want to concentrate for their attack. Running play through Janchis Fries. Gianluca. Throw in taken quickly. And that ball from Malane finding Bakonja, but it's no foul. Referee even telling Bakonja to stand up. Rika. Stefanos. There was a player overlap there from Kambanda. Now it's back into the hands of Thomas Nampo. And the ball will now find Jackson Akengi. He will cut in. He will look for Salazar. Salazar, one touch back to the right wing. And Fries can't trap it into his possession. It's a good game. It's a real chess match. Two balls on the pitch. Very interesting. Throwing will just have to be retaken. Chaikika. Lovely touch there. Small touch. Simple is more. Awilo now can run against Hangero. He puts it in the box. He finds Godwin Isep. Twinkle toes. But he couldn't clean his feet to put a shot on goal. Still earning a corner. The first corner of the game. But a great run from Willie Stefanos. Good cross on his left to find Godwin Isep. And there were two players up against him. But there's a man that is turning the corner. Stefanos will take it. It's headed out from Thomas Nampo players. Second corner coming up. Of course, Willie Stefanos having 2 assists in the game against Blue Boys. So his assist tally is at Willie Stefanos is at 11 assists, 4 goals this season. Awilo Makonja has 10 goals and 6 assists. So perhaps Willie Stefanos is looking to involve other players this season. Normally he would be in the double digits for both assists and goals. Here's he's got it in. And the strongest man in the league, Tabin Garuka, couldn't put his headed attempt on target. So no real attempt other than he shot from Rika Mujua. That was from way out. No real clear opportunity for Stars just yet. Godwin Isaac winning that foul against Alphonse. That's in fact the first foul that Thomas Nampol have committed in the game. 25 minutes into the game, and this is their first foul that they have conceded. And perhaps the first foul will produce the first African Stars goal. Will be taken from Awilo. It's at the near post. Makonja was there, but it's headed out. Kambanda puts it down comfortably. Good control as Fries was just timing his run behind him. Gianluca's down that wing. Isep keeps the ball well. Malane. Charles Mbida still in the box, but Kaza Chipuka catches well. It's not the tallest of goalkeepers, definitely. He's perhaps one of the shortest players on the pitch, the goalkeeper for Komas Nampo, Kaza Chipuka. But he might be very agile, as we just saw with that catch. Here's Charles Ambira. Oh, that was a little bit of a labored pass from him to find Kambanda. He acknowledged that. Charles up against Salazar now. Salazar with a little bit of a pull down the line. He will cut closer to the goal. He wants to go to the back post to try and find Isolim, Absolim, Mbori, Kamchacha. Too much on that. That first touch is the call from the referee. And you just hear and see Coach Gareth for Komas Nampo telling Chanchis Frist, the number 11 on the right wing, to cut in and take your time and maybe hit it with your left. And Gero puts it in the box. Kambanda with the header, Fris with another. It's an up and under from Vitamin Rika just does what he can. Malane and Godwin running on that right wing. Godwin will try and beat his player. He can, he has. He's looking for support. Malane. Small chip. Get it out from Apollo. It's still there for Stars. Stefanos. One touch. Kerry brings it out. Salazar. Good holding up the ball there from Daniel Salazar. And the strongest man in the league runs down. An interception. Wins the free kick. That's very good play from Vitapin Garuka from centre back. Intercepting play, telling Komas Nampo that, hey, we are the Demarine champions, winning the ball between two players. And Salazar and Co were almost mounting a counter attack of their own. Good play there, good strong play from the strongest man in the league, Vitapin Garuka. That's the passion that we need to find this equalizer before the 45th minute. Awilo to take this free kick. It finds two players at the back post, and that's a beautiful goal for African Stars. It's Charles Hambira to equalize, and Willie Stefanos another assist. Those two players having a high five between themselves. It was almost so easy as the flight of the ball. That's just the class that Willie Stefanos can bring to the table. It was a beautiful flight of the ball to the back post where Charles Ambira and I believe Gianluca were standing. And it's such an educated header to find the other far post against Kaza. 1-1. Komas Nampo versus African Stars. Another important goal from our brave warrior Charles Ambira. Here now is Bakonja on that right flank. It's on his left foot, so he will loft it in. Hit it out from Hangero. No foul. Advantage play for Komas Nampo. It's Rika versus Fris. Throw in to Stars. The ascendancy has maybe shifted towards the Red Army. And it started with that foul that was won from Vitapin Garuka, that passion that passion from Garuka started it. Kasetura just with an awkward clearance. So it's still in the area for Komasnampo. Rika committing that foul on Ukeri Guram Buka. He's playing well. Ukeri, number 6 for Komasnampo in that defensive midfield position. One of the tallest players, but still very athletic. Apollo will chip it in. Garuka was behind Kamchacha to clear it partially. Rika now adds a foul on Rika for what I thought is just a tough header. Definitely did not look like a header with malice, and the referee is just telling Rika Mujua that perhaps this is your last opportunity before you earn your yellow card. It's a little bit harsh. Nonetheless, free kick coming up from Komasnampo, and I'm just looking for the yellow boots of Kamchacha, who would maybe want to take this, but he's at the left wing position up against Gianluca, so he's leaving it to Okeri Gurambuka and Chanchis Fries. Those are the two players. Okeri with the left foot, Fries with his right. It is going to be Okeri, and that is there's a net at the back of the area over there, and it went over the net. Here now as Rika goes back to his goalkeeper. Good play there. Lofted cross to the left back, Kambanda. His first touch was a little bit off, but he still had good ball retention. Yep. And that's Apollo Hangero just snapping the heels of Bakonja, who concede that free kick, 2 stars. The header will come into the box, but Kaza Chipuka can catch with ease, and there is a Komasnampo player. Nampo losing the ball in an awkward area. Rika with the chip to Bakonja. Bakonja will try to find Stefanos, but Apollo Angero brings it out, and Rika tried to take him off the ball. Fris to Salazar. Salazar takes his time. Intercepted by Captain, our captain. Nampo can start again. Alphonse couldn't find Fris. And perhaps the play is really coming into African Stars' hands. That's Malane versus Boli. So if you're just joining us, it is a 1-1 scoreline. Komasnampo scoring first with a 10th minute penalty. Daniel Salazar getting his 10th goal of the season. And then 20 minutes later, a free kick taken by Willie Stefanos was headed by Charles Ambira to equalize at the 30th minute. Salazar with a very good pass there to Jackson Akengi. He puts it in the box for Fries. It's a volley. Charles Ambira just putting some pressure on Chanchis Fries to take him off of the concentration that was needed for that volley. You could probably still call that an attempt on target. but Kasaitura could catch that with ease. Oh, very good run there from Bakonja. The defender thought it was easy for him. Hey. Willow just a little bit of a hiccup, just to lose concentration and his first touch. And Willow's just talking to Godwin Isip as perhaps he wanted to give the ball to Godwin. Here's Willow now once more. Intercepted. And will just be cleared. Garuka, no nonsense. Good chest there from Jackson Akengi. Janchi's taken off the ball from Kambanda. Here now is Makonja, but Angero again is there. Two Stars players going for the same ball. And Charles Ambira, no nonsense, just clearing his lines. The ball is really heating up here on the right wing for Komasnampo and the left wing for African Stars. That's where the majority of the play has been throughout this first half. Kambanda soaring through Salazar. The tackle came from Okeri. Bakonja, Apollo. Angero is fouled by Bakonja. And Apollo Hangero, the number 3, the left-sided centre-back who is taking this free kick. He's a centre-back that is really needed. He is obviously paid by the captain, Diogenes Indimo, but definitely Apollo Hangero down this left side for African Stars has had to defend his heart out throughout this first half. Here he is now, Apollo Hangero, going to his goalkeeper, Kaza Chipuka. Apollo. Keeper ball, as you could hear that call from the Red Army here. Assistant coach Benny Housep just having words with Godwin Isep, maybe looking for more creativity from him or involvement. A little bit of a chip there for Awilo. Salazar saw that happening. Okedi, good touch from him. He's playing a good game, Okedi, the number 6. Hango. Here now is Kamchacha. He's really been an absent man in this first half, the number 10 for Komasnampo. If you know football, you know what Mbodi Kamchacha can do. And there was a ball that was hit against Bakonja into his stomach. He's definitely winded. And it really might be more, as those ribs are a sensitive area for any human being. And it was a hard shot to take, Makonja Chahikika. Let's hope that he will be able to continue. But yes, tell your football friends and family that the scoreline is 1-1. As I said, Salazar in the 10th minute, a penalty. And Charles Ambira, a header, looping header to make it 1-1. Willow with the assist. It is Bakonja Chahikika now that is on the ground. And it does look slightly worrying. He is standing up now. Of course, the other games that have kicked off already, or the two games that will be kicking off, are Ongos versus Blue Boys and Tigers versus Blue Waters, Young African versus Young Brazilians. But 2 other games have started already. Game continues, and you can just see Kakonja getting a rub to his chest there from Team Dr. Alfredo, Team Medic Alfredo. Here's Kamchacha now. Kakonja is ready to re-enter the game. Looks fine to continue as, it was clearly a winding and nothing more. Here's Hangero. Salazar takes that ball off of Garuka. Here's Salazar with a touch to find Jackson. That ball finds a player, and that's Kamchacha who hits the post. My goodness, the graces of the football gods have spared African Stars. They have spared African Stars as Imbodi Kamchacha had an attempt on target that was so easy to score from that angle. The ball just bounced awkwardly for Gianluca. Now he clears it, but it even took me off guard because it looked like an easy ball for Gianluca to trap, but it found Kamchacha, and wow, an easy toss to put it in the back of the net, but the width of the post saving African Stars from conceding. Yep, and even the crowd could see that through ball that needed to go to Godwin Isep. He is onside now, Bakonja. He's using his left foot. He will try to come back in. And perhaps still suffering some wayward movement from the knock that he received earlier, Bakonja. He couldn't put that cross into the box for the two teams at the top of the table. Here's Malande. He will get that ball. He'll try his best to put it into the box. Couldn't. Will just try and clear up. It's only a throw-in. It should actually be a throw-in to Masnampol supporters here to tell Willie Stiga that there was a man on approaching. Charles Ambira is caught in two minds, but the ball still gets down the wing for Willow. And yes, there might be a foul given to Komas Nampol as Awilo tried to just jump over the player, and he might have caught Apollo with studs. A throw-in is the result. Makocha with the shot. It's off target. The referee really needs to understand how the flow of play goes there. She should have at least allowed the ball to be bounced for Komas Nampo, as the throw-in was taken quickly and Bakonja had a shot on goal. Fries with a chip to Jackson Akengi. Okeri. Foul from Godwin Isaac. Salazar. Garuka, strongest man in the league. And that was not an intentional hit to or a knock to the face of Salazar, but he is the strongest man in the league for a reason. He takes no prisoners. Salazar will just have to be attended to by the medical staff once more. And yes, indeed, when an injury comes about, the referee does need to take the ball and bounce it. As such, Kasitura starts now with Garuka once more. It's a very good game at the top of the table. I'm sure most of you watching on YouTube are fans from other teams, and that is half time. So the chess match continues. If you are a player, somebody that knows chess, you would say that the queen, the kings, the important pieces on the board have not been taken yet. It's still just a match between the pawns. But sooner or later, blood will be shed, and one of these two teams will take the ascendancy and look for all 3 points. So at the halfway mark, it is Komas Nampo 1, African Stars 1. Stay tuned for the second half. Welcome back to the SKW Stadium in Windhoek City. The rainy season is definitely gone. It's blue skies and the blue of Komasnampo, the team in second, are looking to, the home team in fact, are looking to get at least two fingers, what we can say, more fingers on the title against the Demarine Premiership champions African Stars. The scoreline is 1-1. Salazar slotting a penalty in the 10th minute, and an equalizer comes from the man who seems to be wearing the hero cape. He scored a winning goal against Blue Boys, Charles Ambira, and he has now scored his, look at that for you now, his third goal of the season. So that's 3 goals for Charles Ambira. Willie Stefanus getting his 12th assist. And Komasnampo could have actually taken the lead with the number 10, star man, Absolim Imbodi Kamchacha, hitting the post as the ball opportunistically, if that is a word, trickled to him at that left wing position. He cut it in with his right, he took the shot, he did everything that he needed to do, but the football gods were in the graces of African Stars to hit the post and to keep the scoreline level. One substitution that is confirmed is Jomo Chiveta that is entering the game. You can see him running the number 20 in your picture, just joining the huddle. We'll have to confirm who is the player that has been substituted. Of course, it was Bakonja who took a little bit of a knock during the game to his chest, to his rib cage. So you'll see now. No, Bakonja is still in the game. So let's try and calculate who is that player that has been substituted, and it is Edmund Kambanda. Yep, that has been substituted for Jomo Chiveta. So Gianluca now will be the left back, and Tabag Malane will fall back into his natural right back position with Jomo Chiveta on the left wing. Awilo switches flanks to the left. Game starts at 6 minutes past 4. Here now is Awilo. Or Bakonja, sorry, here now is Awilo. He tried to keep it in against Salazar and he could not. No yellow cards. It's not a high fouling game. Of course, African Stars have committed most of the fouls in that first half to Komasnampo's 3 fouls. Here's Gordon Isep. He will look for Jomo. He has found him. Jomo now up against Apollo Angero. Jomo again. Couldn't find the pass in field. And Kamchacha just chips it for free. He's quick, but Gianluca able to get that ball off, and Kasetura just with a little bit of an hospital pass, but Charles Ambira, a very calm player, chips it to find Malane. Godwin, changing play. Offside. Offside. Very interesting call there, but Jomo Chiveta should have been able to see his line and to ride the linesman and keep onside, but unable to now Indimo. Stiga intercepts, but the ball now finds the bully. Hango, Salazar. Kerry has had Good game with Fris coming in, Salazar. And Garuka is there. And it's almost Ndimo. And finds Apollo. No, apologies, that's Jackson. Here is now Jackson Akengi. Back to Apollo. Angero. Angero will try to switch play. Malane cuts it out. Stefanus. Good tackle there from Isip to retain the ball for Stars. That was a beautiful touch from Taban Malane. Very smart. That's another one from Stefanus. He puts it in the box. It's on the ground. It's Godwin Isip. It's blocked. It's still there. Jomo Chiveta! Jomo! Yes. The man from Greece puts African Stars in the lead. And the Red Army can now cheer. Beautiful goal, an important goal. We'll try to confirm who gave the assist. I think it was Godwin Isip. But yes, indeed, the ball was just in the box and was lingering there, and Kaza Chipuka couldn't come collect. Jomo cutting the player in half. Let's see what he can do against Apollo Hangero. He puts it through his legs and no foul. But that's a great impact from Jomo Chiveta, the man from Greece, the Greek salad, as he putting African Stars 2-1 in the good. That pass there falls to Kamchacha. This is not where you want to give the number 10 some space to. And it is confirmed that Bakonja Chaikika is the player that got the last touch of an assist to Jomo. Fris. In body. Back to Fris. A touch there. The two players working well. A good 1-2 advantage play to the back post. Shot off target from Ukeri Guram Buka. So yes, indeed, Bakoja Chaikika gets his assist tally to 7. Chiveta has now 2 goals this season, and he has 1 assist himself. Needless yellow cards is something that maybe Stars would not want to. No, it confirmed it was a tackle, and Gordon Isaac couldn't get the ball away from Apollo Angero. From Hangura to find Jomo. He just has to sort out his feet. He sorted out his feet. He finds the pass to Godwin. The tackle comes in from Apollo. It's still there. And it's just a ball down the line, across the goal line of the goals, but just trickles out for a goal kick. A very good time to score for African Stars. The 48th minute, 5 minutes, or perhaps the 50th minute, apologies, 5 minutes after the first half, just to show Thomas Nampel, the team in second, that the Red Army wants it more. Here's Mboli. Fris changing flanks from right flank to left. Caught out from the Stars players. Rika goes back to his goalkeeper. Angero. Hango. It might be too much there for Kamchacha against Gianluca. And Gianluca is smart, just winning that foul. perhaps calm heads and class will be on the table for African Stars. They know about trying to hold on to a lead. That's exactly what happened in the coast against Blue Waters. A 1-0 scoreline is essentially what we have here. It is 2-1 to African Stars, but you should not rest on your morals. Good back heel there from Salazar. Stiga just getting a little bit of an ice cream, but it still finds Garuka. Stefanos tried to have a little bit of a dummy run. Here's Alphonse finding Boli. Chipped into the area. Salazar is tall enough, but Garuka is taller. Another good. Jomo Chiveta, his last goal was against Kuka Tops. That's a bad against Okeri. But Konja is still on the ground, and the referee really has to have some words about not even allowing a free kick to be awarded for that type of challenge. Stefan is just backing up his player, trying to insinuate that they were studs in that challenge, but still nothing. And in your picture, you can just see Coach having words with his number 8, David Hango, who's the box-to-box midfielder. Just trying to tell him to get involved. Perhaps he can unlock something for Stars. Or for Komas Nampol, apologies. Game continues. Here's Hangero. Kasitura. That's his bread and butter. Jomo Chiveta's on the run, but Hangero intercepts well. But when I said fouled off the ball from Jackson, that's a good foul. As I was saying again, the game against Blue Waters, the 90th minute was 1-0. 5 minutes left to go. They equalized in additional time. So perhaps African Stars would want to score the all-important third goal before they switch their engines off. A substitution is going to be confirmed now for Thomas Nampo. It is Alphonse Achia, the number 5, coming off for Michael Gilengdu. Gilengdu is calling Michael Gilengdu, number 17, coming on, and that's an attacking change. So Coach Gareth still looking for a result. Awilo with the free kick. It's driven. It's a good save. It's a very good save from Kaza Chipuka. Gianluca putting a defensive head on there. Kasitura needs to be careful. And that's a foul on the goalkeeper. No yellow card, but that certainly looked like a knee in the back of Marvin Lukaku Kasitura, which was very unnecessary from the new substitute, Michael Gilingo. And it will be very, very sad if Kasitura would have to receive medical attention for this, but no. Looks like he'll be able to continue. Thank the heavens. It's a very good goalkeeper, Kasitura. His last clean sheet was against Bucks Buccaneers, which was 6 games ago. I will try to count for you how many clean sheets he has kept. Oh, in fact, that clean sheet against Bucks Buccaneers, he was red carded, so he did not play that game. But still a very, very good goalkeeper for African Stars. Bakunja with a good turn against Hangero. He leaves it for Jomo. Jomo with a little chip. It's not, doesn't have enough weight on it. Kamchacha now. Jackson. Akengi. Charles Mbira. Ronald Kechiere. Jomo Chiveta down the line for captain, our captain. Our captain couldn't score or have a good attempt on goal. See now, the referee has words with Ronald Kechiere. Perhaps the two of them just had some disagreement. Nothing too harsh. 1-2-1 to African Stars here. A goal scored by Jomo Chiveta. 5 minutes into the second half, and Willow, you could see what he was run off of the channel, the right side channel. Miscontrol from Salazar. Jomo is there. Salazar takes it off him. Foul given against Nampo. And even though Jomo has come in the second half, he's been running his socks off already, trying to maraud through Apollo Angero. Can't put the ball back into the frame. Here's Rika, he will take a shot. It's a good save. And Chiveta is still on the ground. Hasn't stood up since. And perhaps Stars will just have to put it out so Jomo Chiveta can get some medical assistance. And Tabang Malani, while he was just taking the ball out right in front of us here, he might have been caught from behind with his hamstring. And you can see Awilo just having words with the fourth official to state that it was unnecessary for the player to come in behind of Tabang Malani. Because a hamstring injury is 2 weeks, and the business end of the Debmarine Premiership is heating up. This is game week 22, 8 games left. And you can see Coach Paul Mafoso just listening to how the officials are handling the situation. Game will continue, and Jomo Chiveta will enter the game. He's okay to continue, and Tabang Malani is, he might have to be substituted here. That is a clear hamstring, and he's down. He's down. Tabang Malani is down. The cross still comes into the back post. Gianluca is there. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I can already confirm to you as Jomo Chiveta will take the ball and run. He will beat 3 players in a row. Ndimo, the captain, is up against him. Rika, the ball is out. And perhaps this is the time that the substitution needs to be made for Tabang Malani, because there is a clear hamstring strain on him. You can see Coach Bob Mafoso and assistant coach Hausep just looking at the substitutions, or the substitutes that are warming up. There's an offside there against Stars. Maharero Juja, and in fact given are the 3 players that are warming up, and this is very, very sad, because Tabang Malani was essentially just putting the ball out because one of the players had gone down on the ground. And that's the discussion that they're having with the referee. Willie Stefan is really leading that, because it was a needless, unnecessary challenge at the back of the hamstring of Tabang Malani. And he's walking okay now, but ladies and gentlemen, as a person that stays fit myself, a hamstring is nothing less than 10 days. but speedy recovery for the star right back Tabak Malane. A substitution will be made shortly for Stars. It will be Maharero to enter the game. But here is Jackson Akengi. He's looking for Salazar. Kazatura will come to collect. Joe Motivator has really been the outlet here for African Stars. Rika will try to change play. No, he goes back to Jomo. He's up against the captain once more, Ndimo. No foul. Hango. Okeri. Good chip there. Great pass from Okeri to find Boli. Stiga, captain, our captain, intercepts well and clears. And here comes the substitution. It is Maharero entering the game. We will see where he slots in. That right back position is vacant. It looks like he will be playing right back. Maharero can play several positions. Oh, good touch. It's a good foul won by the pair of Willie Stefanis and Bakonja Chaikika down that right flank. It's a beautiful pass from Willie Stefanis to find Bakonja there. And as we said, this 2-1 scoreline is still a nervy one. Perhaps now is the moment that the wizard, Willie Stefanis, will get the all-important third goal. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful shot here in our picture. You can see how the wall has lined up against the post. Perhaps Willie Stefanis will be sneaky enough to try and go near post. It will maybe take the goalkeeper off guard. Let's see what he can do. Maybe just put it down for Ngaruka. Ngaruka might to the back post. It's quite disappointing. Charles Ambira is just a little bit out of position here. Needs to get back into position, although Stiga is covering for him. Nampol taking the throw in quickly. There is Stiga now in that position of Ambira. Won the ball and Stars can clear partially. Ndimo. Hangero. Perhaps the best player at the back four for Thomas Nampo. Rika, good turning there from Mujua. Garuka, Bakonja, good space for him now. Awilo. And Boli came to intercept. He kept the ball in. Angero will now build for Thomas Nampo. Good play from him. He's a very good player, this number 3. Here he is now, Apollo Angero, playing as a centre back, but his touches are of a midfielder. Look at that chip from Angero to find Fris. It's another chip. It's taken off the line by the strongest man in the league. Passion, absolute passion from Vitapin Garuka. That's what you want to see. Round of applause. Let's hope he hasn't sustained the injury here now, Garuka. As his shoulder, he fell on his shoulder. And you could just see Maharero popping his shoulder back into place. Wow. You saw it first here, ladies and gentlemen. What a highlight. I think that needs to be on the highlight reel. As Maharero just popped Garuka's shoulder back into place. Hopefully, Stefanis now with space. A little bit of trickery. Couldn't find the pass. It's in fact the first foul that African Stars have committed. Oh, sorry, the second. Here's Okori. Fris, who almost had a goal just now a chip attempt far from Godwin. And you can just see some changes as Angero has become now the left-sided centre back, and Jackson Kingi for Thomas Nampol is now playing left back, and Indimo, the captain, is on the right side of the back four. No, apologies. Boli is left back and Jackson is at centre back. It is in fact Jackson and Indimo that have swapped positions. He has got one nice. He has to beat two players. He can't. Makonja is down on the ground. He gets up though. Here's Kamchacha chuffing one player. Hango going nowhere with that. Makonja with a header on with Jackson. It's between three players here, and Kaza does enough, but not enough to keep the ball in. Okay. Sit down, man! Sit down! Sit down! And of course, you can hear in the audio the Red Army supporters just telling the head coach of Thomas Nampol to sit down. Stefanus, good turn between two players, almost a lovely through ball there. But again, Apollo Hangero, the number 3 for Thomas Nampol, committing a rash challenge against Godwin. Yes, indeed, the foul has to be given. And that's a yellow card. David Hango, who receives that yellow card. Hey, you, Danny, sit down! Sit down! Very good foul, one from African Stars, just to take out the gas or the wind of Thomas Nampol. th 75th minute. Or the 72nd minute of the game on our count. So still time to score that third goal. It's there for Maharero. It's brought into the box from Garuka. And Bakonja couldn't find an easier pass to Stefanus. Rika. There's a foul. The players are still thinking that the game is continuing. A little bit of a tense moment there for both teams. Bakeri is really the one that is looking at Vitapi Garuka, and that's a yellow card to him as well. And I must say that's a little bit harsh, because you could clearly see Vitapi Garuka, who has been everywhere in this pitch at the SKW Stadium. Vitapi Garuka, his passion has really been on display here. Nonetheless, free kick to Thomas Nampol to be taken from Jackson Akengi. Decides to build up play with Apollo Hangero. It's a low cross. Salazar was there, but Charles Ambira was there as well. Another foul against Stars. Players just circling this free kick, but not in anger. Still always Awilo talking to the referee, making sure that his voice is heard. That's why he's a superstar. He's allowed to talk to the officials in a superstar manner. Although there is a substitution being made now for African Stars. No, in fact, the free Charles Ambira headed. And Charles Ambira once more clears hands of Lukaku. Garuka now has gone down himself. You don't see this very often with the strongest man in the league holding his knee. In fact, when he wanted to actually leave the ball to bounce, he was behind or in front of the player, Thomas Nampo player, and maybe there he just tweaked his knee. I've never seen Vitapin Garuka getting injured in the 3 seasons that I've commentated for African Stars. That's why he has earned the moniker the strongest man in the league. He is jogging to the touchline. But he looks to be able to continue Vitapi Garuka. Referee just allowing the substitution to be made, and it is Bakonta Chaikika to exit the game. He has an assist, his 7th assist of the season. A round of applause for him as Paulus Aludilu will enter the game at right wing. So Jomo Chiveta and Paulus, the two players, have been substituted on, and there Vitapin Garuka runs back to his centre back position. You can't keep a strong man down. He continues the game. African Stars still looking for that all-important third goal, but perhaps they are not seeing anything coming from Kumas Nampo. It's a foul, as Nampo have not registered a shot off target or on target. Oh, in fact, it was an attempt on target, but it was bouncing towards goal from Chanchis Fris. Garuka intercepted that. Here's Jomo now, getting the ball from Godwin. The captain does well in Dimo, just to stop him. Willow is there to collect. Let's see what trickery he can get up to against Angero. He puts it into the box. Godwin Isaac is there. It's headed out though. Fris puts it down. Nobody's there. Ambira now can work. He beats one player. He gets the pass off. Well done from Charles. Tried to recollect the ball. Everyone's getting involved now in this game. African Stars really need to find that third goal. Godwin Isaac will change play to Paulus. It was an easy pass. He's being rooted on Paulus to take a shot himself. He does. And the defense does enough to keep out the substitute from scoring what would be his first goal of the season to open up his account. Godwin Isaac committing the foul once more. The grass was green there for Paulus. He took a good shot and he almost capitalized on the second ball, but Thomas Nampo doing well to keep the scoreline as is, 2-1 to African Stars. Harero with defensive header. Anyway will do. It's not a Stars team that is trying to play defensively. They're still looking for attacking combinations. So it's still evenly matched here at the SKW Stadium. Thank you all for joining us. The closing stages of the game are approaching shortly, and these 3 points will be a massive, massive 3 points for the Demarine champions, Hangero. As you can clearly hear, it's a handball against Apollo Hangero. One of the, obviously, the few better players for Nampo. Nampo are preparing a substitution as I see Malakia Aifiku, the number 2, and I believe the number 9, Ronaldo Fris. Yeah, it is a number 9 that's coming on. So while there might be a defensive change, an attacking change will also be made. What nice committing 3 fouls consecutively. Really needless fouls in an attacking position here. Here is Godwin now, finding Paulus. Paulus up against Jackson. He beats Jackson. Up against Okeri. And Okeri goes back to his goalkeeper. David Hango brings it out, finding his captain Ndimo Diogenes. Sticker with the up and under header. No foul there. Rika was trying to find Paulus, but he's fined Hangero. Maharero putting his head on that. That was good from him. Garuka down the line looking for Stefanos. It will be slightly awkward for Jackson. Goes back to Kaza. And obviously the Wizard will appreciate some fancy footwork from his opponent's goalkeeper. Nicely done. The ball is in the area. It's just a little bit of a body there. That's football. But the trail of the ball was never going to find Salazar there, and that's why the referee is just telling Daniel Salazar to get up. So he might be happy with his 10th goal of the season, Daniel Salazar, against his former club, but he will not be happy with what is almost losing 3 points. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Here's Paulus. Couldn't at least win a throw-in. 2 substitutions coming up for Komas now. Wow, that's interesting. The substitute, Michael Lindo, substituted off. And the left back, no, in fact, it is David Hango, the other player being substituted for the number 9 and the number 2. A beautiful appearance from Maharero there. He's energized. He came on for Taban Malan at right back, and he's done well. So, Chacha now again down the line for Fris. He's been quiet this second half, Fris, and he's conceded the free kick. All 84th minute. So 6 minutes of normal time to the 9th to 5 minutes left. Let's see if the Red Army can get all 3 points against the team in second. Stefanos with the shot. Over the just feeding his laces Stefanus there with that shot. And there is a substitution for African Stars. We will see Romario Javera, Slow Poison, entering the game shortly. He hasn't played many games so far this season, but he will come into the game shortly. It's a throw into Stars. And perhaps Javera will go into defense. Got a nice opportunity. Well wide over the crossbar there. And as Roma Javera will be substituted in for, I believe, Rika Munjua, and the referee are giving him a yellow. Giving him a yellow card. Those are 2 yellow cards for African Stars and 3 yellow cards for Thomas Nampo. But nonetheless, Rika Munjua, he had a shot in the first half. Comes off for Romario Slow Poison Javera. And I believe African Stars will now play with a back 5, with Javera furthest at right back, his natural position. Maherero will perhaps come in at defensive midfielder or just join in at the back 5. Here now is the number 2, Aifiku, throw into Stars. Yes, in fact, it is Maherero coming into that box-to-box midfield position alongside Stiga and Godwin. Tense moments, it must be said. A very juicy 3 points on the plate for African Stars here. Chacha. And Gianluca just puts it into the air. Awilo is there. He's in behind against Jackson. He needs support. He finds it in Jomo. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, hey. Jomo Chiveta. That's what you need. Stalile. Okay, Sairani. At the 87th minute, Jomo Chiveta scores his brace, and Willie Stefanus gets his second assist of the game. That's 13 assists now for Willie Stefanus. I told you, he wants other players to get involved. He wants to make stars of these young players. And Jomo Chiveta is now becoming, slowly but surely, one of those players that have to be accounted for, that have to be appreciated in this championship side. And it was a nothing clearance. Jackson Ikengi, who is normally a very calm and collected player, the number 4 for Thomas Nampo, he didn't deal with the bounce of the ball. And Willie Stefanus was so smart to just overlap his run and hold up the ball to find Jomo. That's offside. And Jomo Chiveta did the right thing and just blasted into the back of the net. 3-1 to African Stars. And that is definitely the third goal. The 3 points that we needed against the team in second. Gianluca needs to be careful. Awilo now again, getting the second bounce once more. The Thomas Nampo defenders are not switched on. And Kamchacha, the number 10, has really played his perhaps not getting involved in today's game. He had that opportunity to score, to make it 2-1 to Thomas Nampo. What would the game have looked like if he could have slotted that goal? but it's 3-1 at this point in time. And Haifiku just runs it out for another goal kick. And it really must be beautiful. It must be commended, Willie Stefanos there. He was in the box, but he was calm enough to not take the chance on his own, just waiting for support. And just putting it, laying the ball off to Jomo Chiveta. Here's Angero now, fouled by Maharero. A big 3 points at the SKW Stadium versus Thomas Nampo. Okeri finds Fries. He tries to chip it into the box. Charles Mbira, right man at the right place at the right time. He does it out. Here comes Jomo with the captain. Jomo now has grass. You can see the Red Army flooding the gates. Oh my goodness, it's a beautiful ball. It was the gates of heaven opened up there for Paulus and Awilo, but they maybe didn't expect the ball to be so juicy down the goal line. They maybe thought Jomo was going to cut it back for a 45 pass. But good running there. You could see even Stiga was involved in that run. It still means a lot for these players, although they are winning 3-1. And Javera taking the ball off the player. That's offside. It's unfortunately offside, but a very good pass there from Romario Javera. Okiri. Intercepted by Ngaruka. Chacha Salazar back heel to Dimo. Frist. Dimo couldn't put that pass in. That's a hard challenge, it must be said. Oh no. I hope I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. Charles Mbira will definitely earn a yellow card there. It was a tough challenge. It will only be a yellow card. We do not want a red card to affect how the business end of this premiership will end, especially for an important player like Charles Mbira. But it is a yellow card to him. And it was the captain Indimo Diogenes who received that tough challenge, but he's in the box, he's okay to continue. Closing minutes, closing seconds of the game. It is Kamchacha and I believe Ukiri that will line up to take this free kick. But it's probably too little, too late. Even if they do score. Yeah, as you hear, the supporters here really are doubting what will happen here. It's in the box. Haifiku had his head on there. There's another header. And Kasaitura puts calm into the game. Here now is Paulus. Kamchacha is giving pressure to him. It's the young generation versus the old. He finds the pass to Godwin. But Godwin couldn't trap it. And the referee doesn't need additional time. She blows the final whistle. And that is a very big 3 points for the Red Army, the Debmarine champions, African Stars, getting all 3 points against the team in second, Thomas Nampo. Wow. So make sure to tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. against Young Brazilians in Keetmanshoop. At 4 p.m., 4 p.m. tomorrow. We have to rush over to Keetmanshoop, but thank you for joining us today. the game ends in this very important fixture at the top of the table. Gomas Nampol 1, African Stars 3. Whew. We'll see you tomorrow.